Happy 20th anniversary, Alan Becker, Animator Vs Animation, part one and stuff. I cannot believe it's been 20 years, man, since this guy has been doing, this series and stuff. And honestly, it feels like a fever dream, honestly. And if I was gonna be honest, Alan Becker is just a good example of an individual who's just gotten better and better over the years, and just managed to surpass his previous work with new, upgraded, just superior, even bigger, mightier, beyond like huge sequels, honestly. And I'm very happy and stuff. Also, like at the time, like there was 420th Comet, so I was the 421, and yeah, apology for the off topic, but definitely it makes me just amazed just how much this guy has just like grown over the years. And yeah, technically this was his first video. It was a time lapse. It was just trampoline and stuff. Because if you don't know, he originally uploaded, I believe, on Newgrounds and stuff, and that's where it took off and stuff. It wasn't until then he uploaded this later on YouTube and stuff. And yeah, but going back to his 10-year anniversary video, and to see really just how the simple stick figure really just had a very huge, like, pretty much like a story about owning, the rights of a IP and stuff. It really sometimes shows, no matter if you're an AA or an indie, but this happens to indies. Stuff like this is bound to happen if you're not careful with the right kind of people and stuff. So I'm really happy that Alan Becker was able to have a battle up with that, bastard guy who was almost trying to steal his, career, was able to win back and stuff. And honestly, that is one thing that can just make me happy, throughout most of this, honestly. So yeah. But 10 years of this, honestly, and yeah, pretty much. And yeah, I already made a comment on this and stuff, and yeah. But yeah. So yeah. But overall, Alan Becker, if you're reading this, I want to say thank you so much for making just some of the best content on YouTube I've seen, honestly. And yeah, honestly, it just really blows my mind away just how you're just, in the end of the day, you went just from making just a simple, video of just you making a safe figure because you got inspired by Harry and that purple crayon thing. I think that was one of his inspiration. I know there was another one. I think that was Looney Tunes. To just making a full blow on just huge series of just taking it to the next level, honestly. And yeah, well, I do think that the original first three trilogy and the quadrilogy was still the most special, along with throwing in Minecraft in there. I still think you're still peaking and you still are doing an amazing job with your content. And honestly, you just have that amazing rewatchability. And the fact you only use stick figures, it just shows that simplicity is just always going to be a superior way than complexity, honestly. Because when you tell something with style and heart and soul and love, it makes that rewatchability, and it just can make you come back to this over and over and over again, and just to feel still satisfied, honestly. Whether it's the first one or the recent one, episode 13, it's just amazing just how much Alan Becker grew. And I'm happy that Alan Becker was overall that YouTuber that never went through no like phase change, no era change. Overall, just a very consistent YouTuber from start to finish. And I can't really say that with a lot of YouTubers nowadays and stuff. Well, maybe Emp Lemon might be an exception. I definitely think his change experimental era was definitely important and necessary for his career, but this is Alan Becker we're talking about. But I would say, in terms of consistency, Alan Becker wins this round, honestly. I was going to give maybe also Odd Ones Out, but he kind of sort of changed his content from more personal to more like a commercial like thing. Not a bad thing, again, it's his content, so he does what he wants. But in terms of consistency, staying true to their roots, and remembering, what made them special, who they were from day one, Alan Becker is just my main huge inspiration, along with Angry Video Game Nerd. How kind of ironic, Angry Video Game Nerd, Alan Becker, both start with the letter A. Coincidence? I think not. But overall, Alan Becker and Angry Video Game Nerd are just two people that I can really say that are the most highly consistent YouTubers out there on the entire YouTube platform. So thank you, Alan Becker, for being amazing, for making this back when you launched on Newgrounds 2006, and then finally uploading here on YouTube and stuff, and then uploading my first video from you, Animation versus Minecraft, just being absolutely blown away with it, how you took the 3D stuff and put it in a 2D plane and stuff, and making your Minecraft series, and of course, reviving it again, and once again, and also doing that animation versus math, science, physics, and YouTube. The YouTube one back in 2017 was one of my favorites. Like, that was so damn freaking like badass, hype, and just amazing. And finally, of course, you continuing extending, animation. Oh yeah, I also love this one just as much. and you continuing, of course, from episode 4 onward and stuff. Just Alan Becker, man, just from the bottom of my heart, man. Never change who you are, man, and just keep going, man, and don't and I hope nothing bad happens to you. And yeah, I'm sorry for being parasocial, but thank you. So, anyways, guys, that's overall my farewell, send off, thank you, tribute to Alan Becker's 20th anniversary, the most consistent YouTuber. How him and Angry Video Game Nerd, in my opinion, are a good, are pretty much like are the best, are like some of my favorite YouTubers because, despite them being in different genres, they're the most consistent wise of YouTube, what made them special from day one, and still continue to do it. So here's to another, 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years, honestly. And hopefully maybe in 2026 for your 30th special, maybe you can do something bigger. But I apologize for this parasocial stuff. My apology. But yeah. Thank you, Alan Becker, though. I appreciate your content, and I'm still going to keep watching. And I also have kickstarted that game that he's working on, and I cannot wait to play that and stuff when the full release comes out. So yeah. Thank you, Alan Becker, for the 10 out of 10 memories. And to end this off, the end. The end. The trampoline died. And finally, to end it off for now it's 10 years of this video.
For saving my animation career in the last
Steve, you're a homie.
As well as Tom Richner for giving me the push
you're also a homie.
to grow this channel to what it is today. I've provided links to their sites in the description. Props to you if you watched the whole video, if you haven't yet.
Thank you, Alan Becker. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching my overall 20th perspective. Thank you, Alan Becker, and from the bottom of my heart, Alan Becker, I just want to say thank you and farewell and happy 20th anniversary, Alan Becker. The Zenus 3 saying goodbye and farewell and happy 20th anniversary, Alan Becker.